the sky, feel what's on the wind. Find the perfect water and hope the day won't end. Tune into the outside from the inside once again. Listen to the thunder and watch an eagle soar. We call it living inside the great outdoors.
Good morning. This is Joe Castaway Coolis, and you're listening to Inside the Great Outdoors on a beautiful Sunday morning. Nice and sunny out, cold yet, but things are looking up ahead.
And this is Dr. Norm. My clients used to call me Dr. T, and it's a beautiful morning. I didn't see much traffic out there. I don't see any wind out there either. Should be a good day to put the boat in the water. Sitting across from me in all his splendor is
Big Daddy.
All his splendor.
They call me Big Daddy. Carl Bechtel. Just getting set up here. Came in at the last second. I just get up. I got up this morning. My back was bothering me pretty bad.
Really?
And I took my pills, and I was sitting there, and it just felt good to sit in that chair for a while.
Doesn't it, though?
I lost time.
Yeah.
But I made it, so.
Boy, the older we get, the more grief and pain. And
I tell you, my car seats are the best. I could just drive around in that car all day with my back. I put the heat on, the low heat.
Yeah.
And I could just drive around in the car.
But with the springtime coming,
my new car has that. It's very helpful sometimes.
The seats, yes.
They warm up.
The last vehicle I had the steering wheel was warm, and this one doesn't, and I miss that in the wintertime. Oh, it's so nice if
tape some hand warmers to
it. Yeah. But it's so nice now with the time getting more daylight. Wake up. And it's already light outside. Whoa. So I adjusted the lights on the chicken coop because I have them set. You want to keep lighting consistent through the year for chickens. So now it gets light at 5:30. But in the middle of winter, it don't get light till like 8 o'clock. So I have the lights go on at 5:30, go off at sunrise when it, through the year. And to keep them consistent. But the I talked to, you remember our little Amish buddies? They used to, they came in once. Didn't they come in once?
No.
They always just called. And the one, and I forgot their names now, but the young one, I asked how he's doing, and he was out fishing yesterday.
Oh, good.
And
good for him.
Yeah. So I called to see when am I getting the new batch of chickens. And I was figuring in June. Well, June is like days away. Well, he thought July, but he says I can't get you them, so I'm getting them in 2 weeks. So that means, for my egg sellers, I won't have any eggs for about a month because I get them at 18 weeks. They'll start, that's about when they start. 2 problems. I'm getting 125 this time. So they all don't start right away, but when they do start, they're small. So they'll be too small to sell. So there's going to be almost a month period in there where those people at Dion's, if you're going to need to get eggs, you need to stock up because there's going to be now the quail eggs they'll always have, and I guess they're doing pretty good. But the regular eggs, there's going to be a period. And so you guys won't be too bad because I should still be able to get you eggs because they'll be smaller. Well, big deal. So instead of a dozen, get you 2 dozen. So it don't matter. But for the store and for the other people, it's going to be a transition. But I might as well get it done, get it over with, and get back on track. And and hopefully this bunch, they just take it and they hit it with their beak. It don't break the membrane, but it damages the shell. We can't sell those. And I'm getting more and more, though. So the new batch hopefully won't be, and the rooster, they peck and peck his feathers, and he just sits there. He hardly has any feathers, no tail. His back is almost bare. His chest is bare. Edge of his wings are nothing. They just, and he sits there and takes it. So I don't want to get a new one, a new rooster with the new bunch, because he knows the ropes. He knows how to protect them. So with the new bunch, I'm going to have to keep them inside the coop for about 2 weeks. So they learn that's home. That's where now I have roost for them. This bunch, I have hardly any of them roost. They're on the ground. So you keep them inside for about 2 weeks so they know that's where you sleep. That's where when it's raining or when there's coyotes or hawks around, that's where you go. And then I can let them out and let them outside where they could feed on the grass. And with this rain we had day before yesterday, in that rain, they were out there all day. It was a lighter rain, but they didn't care. But that brings worms out. And
brings all the critters out.
So they're out there feeding away. So, but it's like
just look at all the birds you have in the grass when it's raining light like that.
Yes, yeah, you're
all
right.
All the robins, and all the blackbirds and cowbirds and everything else.
Well, and then where there was some running water, you could see worms swimming around in there too. So, but it's odd. About half of them never go out. I don't know why, and the other half are out all the time, most of the time. So, but it's transition period. So, but yeah, no wind today, and this with the weather looks like it's finally going to break. It looks like we could have a few good days of dry weather, starting to warm up and get out of these 40s, and so that's really.
What's wrong with 40s?
Well, fine for you, but you're not wearing shorts today.
I'd rather have 2 girls at 21 each than 1 girl at 42.
You better believe it. I'd take anything I could get.
Well, the problem with you, Joe, is that old cologne you used to have.
The old cologne?
Yeah.
The Kodiak?
The Kodiak cologne. It used to come in a bottle, that wooden bottle. You remember that wooden bottle he used to have?
Yeah.
But the name of that cologne, you remember the name of that cologne
No,
you had?
Please tell me.
Grunt. It never went over real good.
I wonder why.
Put on
That's
that
funny.
Grunt cologne. Joe's Grunt cologne.
Yeah. So how was your week, Carl?
It was all right. Wasn't awful.
No.
Just
any interesting
usual.
stories for the TV station?
Yeah, I did it's Safe Boating Week.
Yeah.
And I did a little thing on that, and then just a few other assorted and sundry stories about, local mayors messing up and their wives and just crazy stuff.
Yeah, I hear that stuff. And,
sometimes you just got to shake your head and just go, what are people thinking?
And then what did he say afterwards?
It's like this self-important stuff. It's like
stupid thing to say afterwards.
It's just like, come on, man. It's so cliche, and the immortal words of Rodney King. Can't we all just get along?
Yeah.
Everybody's got to have an agenda.
During church yesterday,
keep your mouth shut.
Yeah. During church yesterday, the priest, gave the sermon, and he says, "Could you imagine what this world would be like if everybody got along?" Oh my God!
Yeah, it'd be awesome.
Oh my God! It would be.
There's one thing. If I don't want to, I'm not blaspheming or anything like that.
Yeah.
But if I were a preacher or a pastor or a priest or whatever, a rabbi, a Buddhist monk, whatever,
a shaman,
a pagan shaman, this is it. This is all you have to do. Live by the golden rule.
Yeah.
And did you know that in one form or another, every religion preaches the golden rule?
Right.
Exactly.
Every
Exactly.
single one.
Yes.
And that'll get you good with everybody.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if the
It's-
world,
it's not-
I mean, it's a
not brain
fantasy to
surgery.
believe it.
Yeah.
But if people there'd be no wars. Everybody would be like happy. You know,
No,
the economies
happy,
would
And
be
that's
good,
joy.
You know,
and they wouldn't have to spend
when you-
money on war. They
when
could
you
spend
accept
it on,
that there are other people in the world who are different than you,
right.
you know it's not a big deal.
No,
Everybody's
nothing.
the same.
Exactly.
Everybody's the same.
Right.
But they
You
have
wanna-
different ways of doing things
doing
and everything.
things, yeah.
But it's not,
yeah,
it's not like pie. Everybody gets a slice.
yeah.
One side doesn't get more than the other. If everybody had the same
But
size
it's
slice,
people are too
it's
for themselves, too narrow-minded,
selfish.
and think that because you believe different, you're anti. No, you just okay. So you believe that way, accept it, and you can keep doing
Yeah.
how you like to live, and as long as, like you say,
The golden rule.
yeah, exactly,
it's not
common
hard.
sense things.
Yep.
If they wouldn't be having to spend money on the military and all this, man, they could be putting it to the people and give them stuff, and it's like, wow, but
It ain't never gonna be that
no,
way.
no,
It ain't
that's
never-
fantasy.
That was just it was horrible. That guy shooting those two young Jewish
Oh,
people
yeah.
in Washington.
hmm
How horrible can that be?
And what does it? What does
does
it do?
prove?
What-
What does it prove?
What's the action that's going to come to that's going to make any change at all
Yeah.
in anything?
You think it's upbringing?
it's actually
or-
going to make things worse.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And
But he didn't. He wasn't. He thought that was his golden rule. He didn't take it as being
No.
anything.
He's
Oh, and I
nuts.
was right about something else again, Carl.
uh-oh.
Remember last week when we talked about the ship, that how the mast broke and the people died?
Yep.
They were on the mast,
Okay.
and the reason
I didn't think they were, but
I didn't. Yeah, but the reason being they were tied to it. They
Yeah.
were not shackled. That's not the word. What do you call that when
they
you
have a safety rope they clip
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, so they
Yeah.
so they were up there,
Yeah.
and most of them that stayed up there just got injured. The two that died unbuckled
Yeah, and jumped.
and thought they were
Yeah.
going in the water, and they went on the deck, and those are the two that died.
Yep.
So I haven't heard how bad the others as far as injury, but that was, boy,
I'll tell
that
you,
was
even falling in the water at that height, you might.
yeah. If
you
you
might
if you
get
hit
up, yeah.
wrong, if you probably hit with your feet or something maybe, but if you hit on your back or side or
You break your neck or you break
oh
your back.
yeah, you're right with that. But that was sad. But hopefully we could always pray someday things will be better. And
And
as
you
far
know,
as people
it's,
being
it's Memorial Day this weekend, so
yes,
pray for those people that gave their lives for this country. Lot
Yep.
wrong with our country, but
all countries.
well, this is still there's a lot wrong with our country, but it's the best place in the world,
Yes,
and it
Mhm.
always has been, and
Right.
it always will be.
Right.
Hopefully, as
The,
long as things
yeah,
are going.
yeah. Hopefully,
Well, that's
yeah.
what I said, yesterday in my little post about the fish fry, and
Yeah.
everybody's going to having cookouts and family get-togethers, and a lot of people are
Yeah.
off tomorrow and are going to enjoy the day with their family. And
Yeah,
just
just
take
think
a
about
minute.
it for a minute. Don't
take
just
Say
a
a
say
minute.
prayer in any
Yeah.
religion that you have
Right.
just
for
have a
these
moment,
people that died for the
a
country.
quiet moment of appreciation. That's
Right.
That's all
Yeah.
you need.
right, exactly.
And just to put those positive thoughts and the thanks to those people.
Don't just
out
think it's a
there and-
holiday and happy this.
Yeah.
Just for a minute, do so.
It's a lot more than an extra day off.
exactly,
So-
exactly. Okay, and in that we will take a break.
Well, we got our politics in. Except I got to say a few things about
Uh-oh.
RFK later.
Easy, buddy. We
I'm
don't
not
want.
gonna. It's not
I don't want
real
people.
bad, but
I
I'm
don't
not
want
gonna
people.
get off the rail here.
I don't
but-
want people to be, because I catch the grief. You guys don't catch it. So we'll take a break. 216-901-0945 is
As
the
long
phone
as
number.
someone's catching the grief.
Yeah.
You know
Well,
why? Norm doesn't answer his phone.
Exactly.
don't.
Exactly. We'll be back.
This magic moment, so different and so new, was like any other until I kissed you.
Bob France here. Boy.
Whether you're a novice or a well-seasoned angler, if you want that extra edge in catching more fish, you want one of the many species of Kodiak scent. Made from real bait fish, Kodiak fishing scents are made from pure freeze-dried bait. Freeze-drying enhances the scent considerably, making it the most potent fishing scent available to the fishermen today. It comes in many flavors, including shad, crayfish, salmon egg, and the most popular, minnow. Add the paste to your lures, it really sticks. And when a fish hits, it doesn't let go. And if you use tube jigs, try the tube injector. This handy syringe is made especially to be inserted into a tube jig. Kodiak fishing scents are now available online at castaway.com. That's castaway with a K.com. If you want to catch fish, you want Kodiak from Coulis.
Thanks for listening to the Inside the Great Outdoors podcast. If you have any questions, comments, or stories you'd like to share, shoot us an email at jcoulis@castaway.com. That's Castaway with a K. We'll share your comments with our audience on the following week's show. Thanks again for listening to Inside the Great Outdoors.
Welcome back. Very nice music. We need to play more of that kind of stuff today. So good job there. Good job, Larry. Lenny. Why did I say Larry? Lenny. But it's oh,
We used to sing that in grade school.
did you?
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
I bet they don't now.
I bet you're
'Cause
right.
It's not on the test.
Yeah. Gee. The interesting thing, listening radio, coming in there, talking about the Indy 500 and what it's like there. And the other thing is they were talking about the Goodyear blimp. And it's 100th year anniversary.
Yep.
And I was thinking how lucky that I got to ride in it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that was really to see what it's like. It's not what you
How
think.
did this place look 100 years ago, Joe?
Just a little more barren. Barren, yeah, right, barren. But it moves more than you think when you take off. Takeoff and landing were the surprising part, but
Landing
just
was fun.
huh?
Landing's fun.
Yeah.
I've ridden in the blimp 5 times.
Really?
Oh, really?
Wow. Ooh.
Bunch through work, and then I had another trip. I took my oldest daughter when she was probably 10 on the blimp ride
How'd you get that one arranged?
through work.
Yeah.
I know the guy that used to. He's retired now, but he used to manage the blimp, and I'd ask him if there's any
Oh.
room. Let me know.
Sure. Yeah. They
Called me and
they keep groups coming and
They don't-
going, boy. They move them
Yeah.
through. Took a lot of years for me to get it, but I did get it.
mm-hmm.
And but that was nice. And the other thing, when I was doing all those sport shows, we were in Indianapolis. I got to go to the Speedway, and the I didn't realize it's 2.5 miles around.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing that still sticks in my mind is when you're riding when you ride in the track, you think you're on the side of a mountain. I mean, that angle is like, holy cow, unbelievable. If you're not moving, you'd slide right off.
They should do some of these ramps around here like that, you know?
Boy, oh boy, that's what sticks in my mind. Again, really being fortunate. What it was a tour, and they take you through everything, and you're on a bus, as I remember. But they got to be moving. but man, you don't TV does not show it. I mean, it looks like it's a bit of an. It is
Flattens
really.
everything out.
Yeah, you think you're on the side of a mountain.
It's also, I
Yeah.
think today's the Coca-Cola 600. It's Charlotte Raceway, Charlotte, North Carolina, with the NASCAR boys.
Yeah.
That's where I'd want to be.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all want to be there?
Beautiful Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yeah. But that
Boy,
that's
that town's really grown up.
Mm-hmm. Part of the Golden Triangle.
but that thing was really so I heard on the radio talking about the two things, and I thought, wow, I was blessed. I got to do both.
There you go.
But that side there, you can't believe it. It's hard to.
Yeah, it's all those tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
They're
seen.
banks.
We drove by Talladega
Yeah.
in Alabama on our way down to Florida once, and I mean it's a.
Can you
It's a
imagine what it
45
was
degree.
like when they built
It's hard.
them
Yeah.
with all that dirt
Mm-hmm.
and building it?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
that
Oh,
was
they
like
really bank 'em.
Yeah, Joe. Boy,
Yeah.
the way you drive at 2.5 miles would take about 25 minutes to get around.
let's go to the phone lines. Good morning, Jim.
Doctors,
How's it going?
hey.
good. I just wanted to add two things on your political and religious program this morning.
Okay.
Take a look at South Africa, the way Donald Trump ambushed the president. And the other one is Charlie Kirk going to London for 3 days. And when he got home, he kissed the ground when he arrived home because it's so bad there. But anyways, I wanted to share a couple points about my dog, okay?
Go ahead.
We got her as a puppy, and we trained her how to sit and shake and stay and lay down and fetch and all the other things, you know. So if we were camping or we were somewhere and we had a neighbor camp next to us, I would say to Jessie, I'd say, go meet the neighbors. And she would get up and she'd prance right over there and sit down in front of one
Wow.
and put her paw out and shake each one of those hands.
Wow.
Okay? And
Cool.
and one year Katie put some sleigh bells on the front door handle for when she put her Christmas decorations up. And after the animals knew to ring the bell
Yeah.
and they wanted to go out,
Yeah.
it's still sitting there. It was never put away. Even though we don't have animals anymore, it's just, it was part of
Sure.
the process. You want
Yeah.
to go out? Ring
Yeah.
the bells.
Exactly.
The
Good.
sleigh bells.
Sure.
And then the kids would we play fetch when we went down to the beach, and the kids would harass Jessie,
Yeah.
tease her.
Yeah.
They'd get a rock and throw the rock out. Sometimes Jessie could bring the rock back
Mhm.
if it wasn't too deep.
Yeah.
The Arborware company moved to Chillicothe Road, 306. It's in a new location now. I got lost up there. And then you were asking me about this little white berry on this plant that we were talking about a couple of years ago. We couldn't figure it out. And I
Yeah.
said, well,
Yeah.
that's gray dogwood.
Okay.
And when I was up at McGee's Marsh, that's all it was up there is gray dogwood.
Oh.
So that might have play a part in the migration for all those birds.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, and I need to get some thingies from you. You know the thingies.
Yeah.
And I want to thank Rick at Cast Tray
Mhm.
for setting me up with a nice little starter kit, so I can go inland and fish some lakes. And
So
and
you
that.
got some cascray yesterday.
I even got some your minnows.
Oh,
Those-
Nice.
minnow scent. Good. Good. Well, let
Yeah,
us know
so-
how you do with it.
Yeah, he was very helpful. I did not know anything about
Yeah.
catching crappies and
Right.
bluegills and other
So
than the.
So he got you
worm.
the right stuff.
I just need to get some thingies from you.
Okay.
You know the thingies.
Yeah, I know
Okay.
the waxworm. So Well, good. Well, let us know how you do.
Thanks for coming down. It's nice to meet the missus.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we had a nice drive.
Good.
It was a good day.
Good. Great.
There are a lot of garage sales out there.
Yeah.
We're there.
All right, you guys have a great rest of the holiday.
You got it, Jim. Take
We'll
care.
see you, Jim. I'll see you down at Rocky River.
All right.
Bye-bye. Yeah, he went yesterday to the Cass Cray outing, and so he got some Cass Cray stuff.
He was there a little bit before I was. I got a little bit late because I
that's yeah.
And had a second cup of coffee. That's what slowed me down a little bit. But I made it down there to see Jim and Mrs. Jim and a lot of people. A lot of fish started rolling about around noon or so.
Yeah.
And hush puppies. Oh,
I love hush puppies.
me too. They had plain ones and they had the corn. One made with corn and one cornmeal, and one made with
love the corn.
white cornmeal.
Yeah.
So, but boy,
Did you
they
ever
were
have them with the
they
real
were good.
corn in them?
Yeah.
That is really
and I
good.
did buy some tater tots, so I'm going to try your
Yes.
recipe for that.
Mhm.
What do you call it?
Tater tot casserole.
Okay. Let's see. We can get Mike in here. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning, gentlemen.
How's it going?
Hey.
How you doing, Mike?
Well, is this still the Ailment Hour?
Yep.
Oh, it's always the ailment
kidding.
hour. At my
Right.
house.
Ailment Hour.
A lot of people
No, I'm
complain, but that's because they're younger. The older people
Yeah.
don't complain because they can
Once
relate.
you're past 50, you can,
You can relate.
That's right.
Well, I've been working and doing nothing, doing no fishing. It kind of stinks. But hey, I just got a public service announcement out there. It's getting to be warm out there, and you're going to want to clean up your yard and maybe run the weed eater out there. Well, wear pants because I wear shorts all the time, like Carl.
Yep.
And
I had a tick this week too.
I didn't have a tick, but I had something that ticked me off. I must have had the leaves of 5 or the leaves of 3 or whatever that is on my ankle. So I itched it a little bit, not thinking, you know what I mean? I'm out back in the South 40 there. You don't have well, I didn't really think about this thing fully. You know what I mean? Next thing you know, I'll be sensitive here. My waistband is itching, and my undercarriage is itching.
Oh.
And yeah. Well, this was the next day that all kind of transpired. Gave a little good day to work in and get good. Yeah. So be careful out there. You know what I mean?
Calamine lotion.
Wash your hands. Yeah.
Don't use
Wash your
gasoline.
Yeah.
No.
Wash your hands with
burn.
Dawn. It breaks up the oil.
Yeah.
Wash
Oh,
your,
yeah.
You didn't listen to me 2 weeks ago, did you?
I know I did.
Wash everything.
Oh, Lord, everything. Yes.
Get some
But
steel wool.
that's my
Steel wool.
steel wool, right?
Good.
Oh,
Man.
no, that's all I got, man. And I did sell a few more of your divers. I love it. Just a couple I had left over.
Oh, good.
Everybody's excited.
Good.
They're always
We got to see about getting him into Bayview tackle there.
Yes, sir. I got to get off. I have to take a day off, and I've been working too much. And the day off I did, I had to put the dog down, and it's been a fun. Oh, that was my anniversary too. That was
Congrats!
Wow.
Yeah.
Happy anniversary! Yeah.
Happy anniversary.
Yeah.
Did you get her some diamonds?
No, I didn't get
Bouquet-
the diamonds.
bouquet
But did she pay? Did
Bouquet of
she
diamonds.
pay you to say that? I was very fortunate when I was a young lad before I was married. My wife, her mom worked at a jewelry store, and the guy liked it. So and the guy that owned it, you know what I mean, loved the family and everything else. He gave me a heck of a deal on a
Good.
diamond a long time ago, and she keeps wanting to upgrade, and I'm like, yeah, he's not alive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. No, that's not it. Yeah, right.
Take her to that park. Take her to that park in Arkansas so she can dig for one of her own.
There you go.
Yeah. That's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay.
All right,
appreciate the
I
help.
won't keep you.
Thank you.
No problem. We'll get out there to Bayview, and I got another place I want to try too.
Oh, thank you.
Try not to scratch that itch.
All right.
Oh, right. Yeah.
We'll see ya.
It's been tough, boys.
Take care.
All right, buddy.
Have a good one.
You
Bye.
too. Bye-bye. And in that, we got to take a break. 216-901-09 is the phone. 0945 is the phone number. We'll be back in 2.
You gotta get it on. you troll for walleye, steelhead, or even salmon, you need to check out Castaway's Magnetic Divers. The release is magnetic, so if it trips accidentally, no need to retrieve it. Simply give the line slack, it sinks and resets itself automatically. When fishing is slow, trip the diver when trolling. It will come up through the water column and very often trigger a strike because you are now covering different depths. It can be set to go off to the right, left, or straight behind the boat. It comes in 3 sizes and different colors. Why not try one today? You can order them online at castaway.com. That's castaway.com with a K. You will not only improve your fishing success, but will make trolling fun again because of no more retrieving after a false release. That's Castaway's Magnetic Diver at www.castaway.com with a K.
Thanks for listening to the Inside the Great Outdoors podcast. If you have any questions, comments, or stories you'd like to share, shoot us an email at jcoulis@castaway.com. That's Castaway with a K. We'll share your comments with our audience on the following week's show. Thanks again for listening to Inside the Great Outdoors.
I've traveled all around this country. In my time, I thought I'd seen it all. But today, I took a detour down a back road through a little town whose name I can't recall.
Welcome back. Now, it's hard to know, because on the internet, if I see video of like a bulldozer or something rolling down the hill and that,
You click on it.
No, I pretty much believe that's not real. So this one, I don't know if it is or not, but they said in Uganda they found this humongous gold field, I guess you would call it, that could be worth $12 trillion. It could be. I don't know. So, but that was interesting. Like a poor African country.
Well, if you found it on the internet, it must be real.
Yeah. Yeah, right. But it'd be nice if it is.
It's just like your videos. They must be real. They're on the internet now.
Yeah, but if they're mine, they are real.
Uh-huh.
I don't put up fake stuff.
I saw your videos, mister.
Oh, did you see the catfish?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
No.
Why?
I'm just kidding.
Oh, was it okay?
Yeah.
Was it? I wanted to put the big fish at the end, but the problem is I say first fish of the day. Well, because always that you do a television show, you say the best for last. Well, I couldn't do that. It was a lot of work because I got
you do a television show. You do a YouTube video. A lot of times, if you don't put something up good at the front, people quit watching it.
Oh, so actually,
they run away. It's sort of it's a different.
So
different
that was
rules
actually
for
good.
Different, yeah.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, see, I had a hard time. I could not get
They like to see the action.
Yeah, I could not. That's a smart. I'm glad you told me that
Mm-hmm.
because I didn't want to do it that way, but I'm glad I did now. But the hard part is the video I got from Sam was from an iPhone, and getting them I could not get them transferred, and it's a nightmare.
It could be a pain.
Oh my goodness! But what I did buy, I returned. I might get another pair. I bought a pair of sunglasses with a camera. I was amazed how good the video looks.
Mm-hmm.
The problem with the ones I bought did not have stabilization.
Yeah.
So I did it with my software, but it takes forever.
Yep.
So I did find a pair that does have, so we'll see. But I thought, boy, that would be good on the tractor. A lot of the, like for the trapping and stuff, that would be good. And so it's, but I worked I kept putting it off. I got to do this. And it worked out okay, but I need to do more. But it was a beautiful day. Just the fishing was slow, and now it's better, but like there's been one day.
It's been a rough week. It's been a tough week.
Yeah. But now I'm looking at the weather forecast.
It's warming up a little.
Warming up and pretty dry.
Getting stable.
Getting more stable, but I got to get the corn. I did do the field twice in between weather. I got to get it tilled again and the Indian corn planted. I saved some seeds. I bought more yesterday. And so I got to get that in, and I hope it'll do better because the last year with the, I think mainly it was the drought, and then the deer devastated it, and I got 0. Oh, you put all that time and money and energy in. This year, though, I didn't buy fertilizer, save the money, because I was lucky. I found a nice small manure spreader. And I use the chicken manure, which is way better than chemicals. So we'll see. But because last year of the drought, the corn didn't get up there fast, and then the deer were feeding on it because it's moisture in there for them.
Yep.
So hopefully this year will be better. But in the garden, same thing. It's so wet. Tried to rototill it, and oh, gee whiz.
Well,
but it's
when you posted your video of the 3WE
yes.
tournament.
Yes.
That was cool.
Really?
I love watching those old things like that because
really
it's a historical record of the way things used to be, because all the TV stations used to have a walleye tournament.
Yeah.
And they would go against each other.
Yeah.
And each station, and they'd have the Cleveland Press, they'd have the Plain Dealer,
I didn't know
they'd
you
have
saw
all the TV stations.
Yeah.
Channel 8 would have a boat or two. Channel 3 would have a couple of
right,
boats.
Right.
Channel 5
right.
would have a couple of boats.
Yes.
And,
Chagrin River.
Mm-hmm.
And then they had a fish fry afterwards.
And I'd sit and I know Dick Russ was always a big fisherman.
Yes.
And still fishes, and I still talk to him every once
in
a while. But
tell him I said hi if you do.
Yeah, we used to go out on stories and do stories together, and he'd tell me stories all about those fishing tournaments.
Yeah.
Jim Donovan told me stories about the fishing tournaments, and
yeah.
Paul Orlowski told me stories about the fishing tournaments and how much fun they were, and
I'm glad
each
you
of them,
it.
after the stories were over, each of them said, "Why don't they still do that?"
Yeah, you're
and I'm
right.
like,
yeah,
it just doesn't.
There's people. The problem is
people would take them out.
There's
people, are you kidding me?
And they're young and they're not into outdoors.
They're not. There's part of that generation that doesn't fish and doesn't do outdoor stuff.
Yeah,
they're into themselves.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad you like that. That's good.
That was good.
Oh,
and,
good.
Seeing Jeff Sindelar there again, that brought back some memories.
Yeah.
He was on
the guy.
3WE
what was
forever.
the guy? He was a real comedian.
Oh, the guy you were the rock and roll would tell and saying rocking and rolling and all of that stuff.
Yeah, he got me some sponsors for the shop, for the TV. I mean, and he was a real go-getter, funny guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, good. I'm glad you liked that. Yeah, it's up on YouTube.
And then you should have seen Joe snatching the rod from everybody when there was
right,
a big fish.
Right.
He'd hold it and say, "Here's a small one. Here, Jeff, reel this in."
Yeah. Right.
And then Joe's like, "Hey, I got a big one. This is heavy. Get the net.
I'll tell you what, though. I see myself on this video like the one with Sam.
Yeah.
I think I look terrible. I don't know. Maybe I'll
You
put...
don't look terrible. You look great for... You're not a spring chicken anymore.
Yeah, but it looks like
You're an old rooster, which is...
Boy, I see
tough,
that
tough
video
as nails.
and I'm thinking,
you couldn't boil him soft. He's, if they tried to eat Joe, it'd be like,
like an old rooster.
That's right.
Yeah,
you don't think I look bad?
Stringy and chewy and all gristle. That's all you are now is gristle.
I look at the video and I'm thinking, oh, God, you look terrible. Maybe if I put glasses on, I'd look a little better.
Big sunglasses.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll get him a bucket to put over his head. Cut a couple holes for the eyes.
Maybe
like Darth Vader.
Maybe I could find a mask.
There you go.
A mask. But yeah, I saw that video. I think,
we'll get you. I know what we'll do. We'll get you one of those Mexican wrestler masks.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
What's that called? Lucha something.
I don't know. I figure if I put glasses, maybe I won't look so bad.
I had one of those masks. I bought
Did
one
you?
for myself. It's around the house somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah. But I'm glad you like that. I got to get back getting those old shows up. You know.
Mm-hmm. Those are nice. I love watching those things, and I know people would.
Yeah.
You know, I shared it, so I don't know if you're getting a lot of hits on it or not. But watching those old,
you know, they're all female
stuff.
on these shows now. So you get them out in some bikinis.
Oh
you
yeah.
know? Oh boy, that'd be number one.
I was watching
shows,
you know, I tried to watch a what was it? Was it a Ducks Unlimited show? And they're all like infomercials.
Yeah.
It's even the fishing shows they have on, or like Fish in the Gulf or Fishing whatever.
Yeah.
It's all, you know, I'm here with the rep from Garmin, or I'm here with the rep from such and such. I'm here with the rep from Penn. We're showing off their, you know, this rod and reel combo.
That's a shame.
And, you know,
well, only because we've done it and know how it was good.
But that's, you know, that's how they are able to do it, though, because the sponsors pay for everything.
Well, that's it, and I know
to get
that.
their product on.
Well, exactly.
And that's, you know, that's the way of the world.
Unfortunately. I did have the sister Marianne. I saw her in church yesterday.
Did she slap
really
you?
enjoyed.
How's your knuckles?
She was the one. No, she taught college kids, so they were big. She really enjoyed your segment on skincare and what to put on and all that you did.
Good.
She thought that was very, very informative and really interesting. So that was nice to hear.
Great.
Yeah, I had to make sure.
Well, she'll enjoy what I'm talking about today.
Okay, yeah. But yeah, that was. It's nice to hear from people their reactions to what we're doing, because we want it to be interesting. So they keep listening.
We're diverse. We do a little bit of everything.
Look at everything we covered today, and not even a first hour.
Yeah, it's been all over the place.
You have to be. You have to be.
Which is what, you know, it's what this show is.
Yeah.
It's, you know, there's a couple of segments, but even those aren't really scripted.
No, nothing is scripted. The only thing are the breaks for the commercials. That's about. Well, Doc has his. You're the scripted, most scripted ones.
I write mine down because I write everything down.
Well, that's it. So
I even write my grocery lists down.
I do. I write my grocery.
I don't. I always forget something.
Exactly. That's why I write it down, because I come. Why? Oh man, I was supposed to.
Now it's when I go to work, I always forget something.
And you don't get it. You get all this other stuff. But I did because now I go and I kind of look around and see if there's something that I need that I forgot about or should have.
Well,
or make it.
What I didn't write about Grunt.
Oh, you didn't?
I didn't write about the Grunt cologne, though.
Oh.
I didn't write about that.
Okay, well then let's take a break. Sounds good? Okay. No wind out there. It's going to be a nice day. So be careful. If you
stay safe on the water if you go out.
Exactly.
The water temperature is still cold.
Oh, yeah.
It's still below 60, so it's 58 degrees.
Ooh, okay.
Good bass temperature.
Yeah. We'll take a break and be back.
And
somewhere I let light go dark, but here's where my new story starts. Take my life and let it be set on fire for all to see. Break me down, build me up again. Don't leave me the way I've been. Take my heart into your hands. Come and
do you enjoy a good story about hunting or fishing? Then you need to get your hands on Tales from the Trails, the real-life adventures of Castaway Coulis. Take a journey around the world with Joe as he recounts some of his best hunting and fishing trips, from Africa to Alaska, from behind the Iron Curtain to Australia. You can share in his memories through the book, complete with pictures to take you on the journey. It's a trip back in time looking through the eyes of an outdoors legend. Order your copy today on Amazon or at castaway.com. That's Castaway with a K.com. Thanks for listening to the Inside the Great Outdoors podcast. If you have any questions, comments, or stories you'd like to share, shoot us an email at jcoulis@castaway.com. That's Castaway with a K. We'll share your comments with our audience on the following week's show. Thanks again for listening to Inside the Great Outdoors.
let's get to the phone lines here. Good morning, John.
How's everybody today?
Good. What kind of
Good morning.
good info you got for us?
Well, I was looking around my yard yesterday, and evidently the Asian lanternflies have hatched.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Around.
They say smoosh them all.
Well, they're so tiny. I mean, they're like a flea, you know.
Yep.
You know, they're black, and they got the little white dots on them right now.
Yep, that's the first. Yeah. It's called the first instar larval stage, or nymph stage. Then they're going to shed that skin. Then they turn more red and black with the little white circle around the black dots, and they're a little bit bigger. And then there's a third one, and they get to be about the size of a peanut. And then they grow their wings, and it's like a 3-stage development process. But
so when do you think their wings would form then? A couple months from now?
August, September, into September, October, and then that's when they
really feed up.
They feed up, and they mate and lay eggs. So they'll lay eggs in October, November, up until the first freeze. And the eggs will overwinter and hatch next spring.
So the ones you see right now probably hatch pretty close by then.
Yep.
Obviously, they can't move very far.
Yep, you got it. And the egg masses look like sort of like silly putty, grayish, tannish splotches of silly putty on a tree. They'll lay them on maples and ashes and those tree of heaven things. So they'll lay them anywhere. They'll lay them on garden furniture and picnic tables.
Oh,
really?
Yeah. Supposedly they'll lay just on the concrete of your block of your garage or side of your garage and everything.
Yep. And I think the state just added 6 more counties to the quarantine list.
Yeah, I saw that. It was on. That was on TV.
Yep. So they're probably.
I think I saw some egg masses on my chestnut tree earlier in the springtime. I sort of mushed them or grind them off. But the ones I saw yesterday, they're on my rose bushes. So I can't imagine where they came from.
Yeah, they could be anywhere. And sometimes they're higher up in the tree and you can't see them. That's the problem. That's one of the problems.
That's
can't do much about it.
Yeah,
spray them, I guess, huh?
Yeah, they're working on a spray that, they say to try and scrape them instead of spraying because
you hate to use all these insecticides on everything.
They don't want they don't want you to kill off the good bugs while you're killing the bad bugs. So.
Well, if they're up in the tree, obviously, once they hatch, then the wind will blow them everywhere.
Yep.
And then, I would think dormant oil will probably kill the larvae on, the egg masses on the trees, but you can't spray everything,
That's true.
Yeah.
But that's time to keep an eye out. So that's a good information, John.
Well, it's not good information because, I didn't think they'd get on rose bushes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you made some people aware of where they're at, though, John.
That's what I mean. Not that they're good bugs. It's good you're telling people you're seeing them because they'll look out for them, and every little bit helps. It's not something that's ever going to go away, but to smash them and smush the egg masses when you see them if you find them.
Smash, squish, stomp.
You got it. And it just slows them down a little bit. They're going to spread, but hopefully they won't get as bad as they are in the eastern Pennsylvania. And Pennsylvania and Virginia are just loaded with them. They just cover the trees. They look like trees that have scales on them. There's so many of them. Crazy.
Well, after dark goes, sunset, you can pick up the Boston radio station, 103 AM, and they were talking about lanternflies a few times when I listened to them, but they went to Massachusetts, years before they came to Ohio, and they've had experts on the radio show, and over there, they're affecting the maple trees and the black walnut trees.
Yeah, they suck them dry.
Yep.
You know, I mean,
that's what they're worried about in Ohio is the maples for the maple syrup, and so they're trying, and then the grapes for the vineyards.
Well, and then the black walnuts also. I mean, those trees and the maple trees, they grow, 60, 70 feet plus tall. There's no way to scrape off the egg masses off of those trees. It's just impossible.
Yep. But if you see them, squish them, and it's all you can do.
I know last year I didn't see the little ones. They came in the fall, when they're in the wing stage and flying around. And I'd go out there with a flashlight on my grapevine and mush 5 or 6, and then go inside, come back half an hour later, there's another 5 or 6. I just kept on doing it. I ended up with like 539 of them last year. I mean, that's a lot.
Yeah.
And then the year before, I saw like 13, and 4 of them I got when it got really cold. Evidently, the cold weather just knocked them to the ground. I only got 13, so God knows what's going to happen this year. It's kind of ridiculous. But I mean, I don't know what they can do about it. Really, I guess
they're the Ohio State. Let's see, Ohio State Sea Grant, the Ohio State Extension offices, and the Ohio State Agriculture College in Worcester. They're all doing tests, and they have grad students and people out in the field doing field study and looking for them, and they have they try to go out and smash as many as they can. They're keeping an eye on them in the vineyards, in the apple orchards, the peach orchards, the maple woods, and anywhere they find them, they're looking for them in all the quarantine counties. So they're working on it. It's they're a tough little critter.
Okay. Well, I appreciate the call, John.
Thanks, John.
Okay, thank you.
Take care.
Bye.
Yeah.
See you, John.
Bye.
Yeah, it's good info. It's
bad situation.
Yeah, it's keeping out for.
But you were one
bugs.
of the first on the docket with that, Carl. Got to give you credit. You talked about it years ago before anyone else around here mentioned it.
Yeah, now it's every week there's something on about where they're hatching, and I thought it was neat the Cleveland Metro Parks. They have the dogs trained to sniff out the egg masses.
Wow,
where they use canines and their handlers, volunteers to go to the parks.
Doc, is it a breed? Is it training? What on any of that kind of stuff? What
I think most any dog can sniff that out. They have such good
temperament.
sense of smell.
Yeah.
You just got to get the one that's going to do it. You know?
It's the right dog. I was talking to one of the handlers, and she had a corgi that she was using.
Sure.
Yeah.
The corgis loved it.
The corgi's fine.
And
that's a trainable dog.
Yeah.
It's
and she
a
said they're
dog.
easy to train.
Yep.
It's and she just loves it. She's trained in 4 different things to sniff out. So
Beagles would be good to do it.
Yep.
Yeah. That was interesting with Jim and his dog, where he could train it to go to the neighbor and shake its hand.
You get a really good dog, and some dogs are just really trainable, and they want to do things. They want to do things. Other dogs are just. They're just.
So even within the same species.
Oh yeah, and the same breed. You could get a real good beagle. You could get one as dumb as a rock.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Huh. Like everybody.
Like humans.
Yeah. Look at here at the table.
Some are trainable. Some are like Joe.
Yeah.
Sit, Joe.
We're just kidding.
Here, give him a treat. Here, give him a.
Oh,
give him a.
So for the gentleman. Okay. So the views and comments of the side guys on the show have to be taken with a grain of salt, because the one gentleman wrote that when you were talking about the backhoe of rocks in my head, he thought you were serious, and he thought that was very bad that they did that. And I had to let him know it's only joke. You got to have somebody to pick on,
Well, it's like
we pick on each other.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
we do the.
It's more 2-on-1 against me, but
well,
you get your licks in.
You get your.
I got to keep trying because, but yeah, so it's all in fun. So I don't take it as serious. I don't take it. It's all
like three brothers.
Fun.
Sitting around picking at each other,
or three guys going fishing
at a family reunion, or three guys on a boat.
Three guys on a boat. The one guy is going to be once it starts, he is going to be the butt of it all.
The whole thing is here, we're not drinking and we don't carry guns or knives.
Right.
There you go.
No, so it's all in fun, listeners. So any of this stuff, it's all, hopefully you'll get to enjoy it and laugh with us. So, but in that, it's time for a break. Man, 1 hour flew by. 2 more to go. Yep. So we're going to take this break and be back. We have a lot more to talk about on Inside the Great Outdoors.
Oh, yeah.
Sunny days.
Big news.
Oh.
Big.
Boy.
Big.
Oh.
Big.
Oh, good. Okay, well, we'll talk about that on the other side. We'll be back. The views and comments of the co-hosts of this show aren't necessarily those of Inside the Great Outdoors. Any complaints or comments can be sent to them directly at 444-4444, extension 4 for Dr. Norm, extension 44 for Carl. Any comments or complaints for Castaway Coolis, you can just leave them to yourself.
My children and my wife. Thank my lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom and they can't take that